Sometimes when you're trying to lose weight, it's easy to lose faith. Charles D'Angelo is here to tell us how to avoid those negative thoughts. Where do we even start? Because I don't care how positive you are, they do tend to creep in.
I think that is kind of our default. We all go into that negative place if we don't actively work to seek out both opportunities that are going to build us up, and if we don't get comfortable with being uncertain. Let's face it, so many of us won't try new things. I know at 360 pounds, I certainly was averse to trying anything new because I was so afraid of being disappointed. And that fear of disappointment stops you in your tracks, not ever allowing you to fulfill what God has destined you to do. So what people need to do is not look at it as if they're going to be able to stamp out negativity. You can never get rid of that. I mean, it's like good and evil. They both will coexist. And you might ask why. I don't know. I wasn't there when the decision was made. But when a light goes out, the dark automatically creeps in. So what you want to start to do is focus yourself on what are the opportunities around me that I can take advantage of. They're going to move me toward what I want. And what are the things around me that are stopping me? Now, ultimately, it's your choices that determine where you end up. However, the people that you spend time with have a tremendous yet subtle influence on the direction you're headed.
So make sure you're with positive people.
You need to be very, very careful of how much time you spend, because if you only say I'm going to be with positive people, you'll have no one. Because let me be really true. I have days that I'm negative. We all do. The reality is that we all go through times where we're uncertain, and that's where kind of God meets us, is in those uncertain times, and that's where we develop faith. The faith is something that comes about from going to those places that you're uncertain in. If you had to feel certain about everything, you wouldn't achieve anything, and you wouldn't get any juice or any experience in your life that would make you feel more excited, more fulfilled. So many people come to my office, too many people come to my office, and they say they feel so dissatisfied with life. They feel so unhappy. And I think that results when they're not living their purpose. And that fear of not being able to reach their goal. They say, well, Charles, you know, I've tried everything. The reality is you haven't tried everything, but you've told yourself the story that you're starting to believe. And they say, well, what if this doesn't work? And I say to them, well, what if it does work? What if you do put yourself out there this time, you start to eat right, you start to exercise, you start to really transform yourself by renewing your mind, ultimately saying, there's some people in my life that maybe I'm in a relationship that I know I've stayed way too long in. That's not good for me. And I'm not just talking about with people, but maybe a relationship with food, maybe a relationship with a substance. Maybe you're in a career where that excitement that you used to have, waking up every day, looking forward to going to work, it's no longer there. Maybe it's time to re-examine those things. And once you start to re-examine those things, you start to find that you'll find the enjoyment that you might be using food to get be replaced by what was meant for you. So many people are filling that black hole, that void, maybe in a bad relationship, maybe in a situation in their career they're not happy with food. So when you fix those things, those emotional issues, the need to cope using a substance, i.e. food, totally dissipates.
Well, you've seen those pictures. He can help anybody. If you would like Charles's help losing weight, visit his website at charlesdangelo.com or call his office at 314-495-3228.